Oregon. How much does the loss in Edmonton motivate you guys going into the rematch?
A lot. I mean, we just spoke about our game last time we were in their building, and the not so good things outweighed the good things that we talked about. So there's plenty of room for us to clean that up and to improve off our last performance.
What was the biggest thing that night that kind of got away from you?
I mean, it was a matter of, I think, the neutral zone, both offensively and defensively. We had a tough time, carrying play, holding onto the puck, and they didn't. They kind of came through the neutral zone with a lot of speed and space. So, both our forwards and our D-men can do a better job of gap control, our forecheck, and trying to do a good job to prevent that, because they have lots of speed and skill as it is, and we don't have to make it any easier on them.
McDavid is always a challenge. He seems to have taken it to a whole new level this year.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing from this year that makes him so tough?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just one thing. He's been playing some pretty incredible hockey. It's been enjoyable to watch. What he's doing is special. So, obviously with him, his speed jumps out at you, his skill with the puck, his passing, and then obviously this year and in years past, his ability to score in different ways. So, he's a handful all the time, but I mean, especially right now, he's been playing some pretty good hockey.
Tavares was saying he said like similar things, but he said it's exciting to go up against like this. Like, what does it mean to?
He's never played defense against him. Exciting isn't what I would say, but he's an outstanding talent that's obviously playing at the top of his game, and there is an element of you enjoy watching it. And as a guy who loves hockey, I like watching the highlights, and it's impressive to see. There's no question about it.
How do you approach those shifts in Oregon when he does things that no one else does?
Yeah, it's different when you play against him. It's different when you play against Crosby or that top line in Boston. Each team has challenges that can be unique. And with him, it's often speed. You want to control your gap. You want to not give him too much time and space to get going. But he tends to find a way. So it's a group effort, and as a team tonight, we got to be aware of that.
What have you learned about Erik Gustafsson in the time that he's been here?
He's been great. He's skilled, smooth with the puck. He's confident. He was obviously having a great season. So to add a guy like that who can skate, who can really, move the puck on the first pass and join, and be smooth at the offensive blue line, stuff like that. It's a big addition for us.
Here you have a few friends around the league who used to play in Toronto, but someone like Zach, special because essentially you guys came up together.
Yeah, I think so. He's a pretty special guy, and playing with him was a lot of fun. He's got a great family that I've gotten to know, and but that's the business. Guys like that move on. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And obviously he's in a good spot out west, and he's playing good hockey for them. But yeah, he's a guy who's a workhorse, and I really enjoyed playing with him.
Special that I think you guys went to each other's weddings or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not married yet, but no, he's an awesome guy, and he was very popular in our room, and he's a hard guy not to like, and having the chance to kind of come up with him was fun, and like I said, he's in a good spot in Edmonton, and he's playing good hockey, so he's also a handful to deal with. You talk about McDavid, you talk about Draisaitl, but he's right there with those guys.
What makes him tough when he's forechecking?
Speed and strength, and relentless work ethic. So not easy to play against in his own way.
What's it like when you guys stress 7D?
It's probably harder on the coaches than anything. For us, it's just you just got to be ready. You might be playing with different guys, playing the left side or the right side. But it's not a big deal, honestly. It's not overly challenging. It's just different, and I think you get used to it over the course of a game.
You just hit 700 games. You just celebrated your birthday. I'm wondering how experience has helped you in this stage.
Yeah. It's great because you're always learning, and I like that. You're always trying to get better. It's not boring. There's always new challenges. There's always things that are coming your way, and I think that experience just, I think it hopefully prepares you just to be ready for those challenges. But in this in this line of work, it's always changing, it's always different, and I don't think you'll ever be at a point in your career where you're done learning or you've learned all there is to know. It's an ongoing process, and I think that's what I enjoy the most about it.
What do you think the biggest challenges of facing Connor McDavid?
I think just knowing when he's on the ice and being aware of when he's out there and when he's developing all that speed in his own zone and flying through the neutral zone, try to get on top of him and just communicate out there and try to have good gaps as best as possible.
Yeah, I know joining a team in the middle of a road trip can be difficult, but I guess what excites you about playing at home today at Hockey in Canada?
Yeah, I know it's obviously a big stage, and pumped to be finally here in Toronto. It's been a while. It feels like I was on the road for a month, and but like I said earlier, it was actually nice to join these guys on a road trip because you're just around the guys all the time, and it's easier to get comfortable with the group for sure.
What stands out being here finally in Toronto?
Yeah, just a lot more you guys around. But other than that, it's just hockey. It's just another game, and it's a little bit bigger stage and a little bit bigger deal up here. But it's something I'm excited about, and seeing Leaf jerseys all around the town, and it's exciting.
Have you a couple days off between games give you a chance? I think you guys went back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, where are you at when that comes to the move and the transition?
Yeah, we go back, and I was able to see my family for a day and a half, and still working on getting the kids' passports so they can get up here too. But yeah, just trying to get settled in. I've only been here for literally 2 days, so it's nice that we got a game tonight. That's the easy part of this whole transition is the hockey part.
You were talking about McDavid. You've seen him a lot, obviously. What is he doing differently this year that's allowing him to score so much more?
I don't know if he's shooting more or what, but just his ability to find space and create space out of basically nothing is it's pretty impressive, and his release is obviously elite, and the puck's finding the back of the net a lot more this year for him. So I don't think anyone really is that surprised in the league, to be honest.
You haven't been on the ice for a goal against since you've been here. Like, what do you think? And you're getting some tough matchups. Yeah. Sorry. Now it's on me tonight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. What's working well, do you feel, knock on wood, so far?
I think just playing with Broads has been he's such a steady presence for myself with a new team, and he's such a good skater. He's got such good gaps and makes such solid plays out there. And having a partner like that, easy to read off of, and I think we've been working well together in that aspect.
Forgive me if you've been asked this because I'm joining late here, but what will it mean for you to play your first home game as a Leaf?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I've been in this building plenty of times as the away team, so it'll be nice to have the fans behind my squad tonight, and I'm so excited to put that Leafs jersey on here at Scotiabank.
Eric, what's it like going up against a guy like Connor McDavid?
Oh, you got to be ready when he's on the ice. He's a great guy, good hockey player, and you just got to be ready when he's on the ice.
Have you noticed anything different about him this year? He's scoring at a higher rate than ever before.
No, I think he has all the skills in the world, and he can do as much as he can on the ice. And like I said, it's probably easy to say, but you got to be ready when he's on the ice, and all the 5 guys got to help out and breakouts when he's coming on the rush with a lot of speed and stuff like that. So yeah, you got to be ready when he's on the ice.
What excites you the most about tonight, first home game as a Leaf?
Have the blue jersey on, and I always like to play in here, so it's going to be fun to play in the home game.
What do you like about it?
Just the fans around. It's always entertainment coming into this rink, and it's a lot of big Swedes names played here, Sandin and Salming too. So it's going to be pretty special to play in this rink and have the jersey on.
I know you might play with a bunch of different partners because of 7 defensemen, but what was it like with Morgan yesterday in practice? What stands out to you about his game?
No, he's a great player. Can move the puck quick, and it's a very good skating defenseman. So I like to be paired with him, and I like to play with him. He's a smart player, and I think he can help me out there too.
You were having such an amazing year in Washington, playing so much, and now you get thrown in here, and you're 7 defensemen, and you're sitting like, what's it like?
Well, you got to just take the advantage you get, take every minute you get, and try to help this team win.
It wasn't a great game by any means. We know we have to be a lot better to compete with this team. They're playing well. They're feeling good about themselves. So I just think, taking time and space away from obviously their best players, but their whole team, they're all playing well.
What stands out to you? You've played McDavid a lot. He seems to have, gone to another
I mean, every year it seems like he figures out a way to do something a little bit better. He's putting the puck in the net more this year than he ever has. But in saying that, he's also still scored a lot of goals in this league before this year too. So, no, just he's a player who probably you're going to talk about for a long time after his career's over. He's one of the best to ever play, and whenever you face a guy like that, it's all about making it uncomfortable for him out there as much as you can.
It might seem weird to say, but do you enjoy the challenge of going up against a guy like that?
I mean, you have to look at it that way. I think if you look at it any other way, if you're intimidated, if you give him space and time and space, he's going to make you pay. So we got to be hard on him, try and get in his way, take away time and space. Him, Draisaitl as well. Two guys who really, if you give them too much time and space, they're just going to make you pay every shift.
Sheldon, what do you like about how Jake McCabe has fit in so far?
Well, he's obviously come in and played big minutes for us and played tough matchups. He's just a guy who plays with poise. He's calm. He's a veteran player, really, and he's fit in really well. He's partnered with Brody and done a really good job together with him, and it's been nice to have him. He's taken a lot of minutes and been able to come in right away. I actually didn't really necessarily register until talking to him yesterday. Yesterday was his first day in our facility and here in Toronto, so he's only going to get better the more comfortable he gets.
What's the biggest challenge with McCabe and with the way he's playing this year? He's always tough, but it feels like obviously a different level this year. Like, what's the biggest challenge from a defensive standpoint?
Well, just managing the speed is the biggest thing, and then staying out of the penalty box. Those are the two biggest things by far.
With McCabe, are you thinking of trying him with different partners? The way with Ryan O'Reilly, you tried it with different lines. Are you wanting to experiment a little bit?
We like the way that it's gone. I think it is important that we try different things. I mean, with 7 defensemen, naturally things get shaken up a little bit, and it happens, and you get some things happening there. But we do like the way that it shakes out with he and Brody. We wanted to try that really, obviously. I mean, we're looking at sort of how we modeled our defense last season, right? And Muzzin and Brody played together, and we really liked how that worked out for us and how everything else fell into place after that. So that's something we wanted to really look at, and we've liked it so far. But I would think at some point you'd see some things moving around there.
Do you intend to rotate sort of the winger on that JT Bunting pair that you had, or do you have a set line that you're looking to rotate to?
Yeah, I see John and Bunce will be the guys they'll have different line mates quite a bit, whether it's them moving into other lines or others filling into that spot. That's where I have the open spot here to begin. I like the other 3 lines, and I'll try to be as stable as I can with those.
Is there a key for Michael in terms of walking the line that he needs to walk to be successful?
You're talking about in terms of his emotion that he plays with and all that. Yeah. I mean, I think it's being right on that line is really it. But I've got no issues with how he's played that way. Bunce he's been working hard. He's competing. I got no issues there with him. I've just felt that line needed to change, Bunce, to me, his ability to make plays, in particular coming out of our end and through the neutral zone, hasn't been at the same level that it has been when he's at his best. And things tend to snowball and frustration sets in, both with he and his line mates, and all these kind of things as plays get stalled and they can't get going. And sometimes guys need a bit of a break from each other. So that's really what it's about. Bunce will find that and get it back. I'm sure scoring a big goal the other night will go a long way to just helping him relax. But for me, you just got to get back to playing and being the guy with the work ethic and competitiveness that he brings every night, the playmaking ability, and to be able to drive play and keep plays alive. The things that are imperative to play with good players. That's what we need from him.
What do you want your group to remember about the game in Edmonton heading into the rematch tonight?
Well, it's at first it's just how hard the opposition played. You know, obviously you're aware of their best players and all that, but to me, I mean, we made 2 mistakes on turnovers in the neutral zone that McDavid turned around and put in our net within seconds. So there's that, and that's obvious. You talk about that, but they played a really sound and hard team game that made it difficult for us to generate any sort of meaningful offense. And that's a big piece for us to be able to contend with here today. We got to tighten things up defensively ourselves, and we got to find ways to get through the neutral zone and play more on offense.
Sheldon, I wondered with the 6 new guys in your lineup, I know at training camp you sort of schedule team building things, you go away. That looking forward to the playoffs, do you have anything in your mind, you know, off the ice to try to bring this group together?
Well, we just spent 11 days on the road, so you know, I think there's quite a bit happening there, but you know, I think there's. Not specifically, I guess, to answer your question. Some of that stuff happens organically and naturally when you spend 11 days on the road. Nobody's with their families or anything. You're together all the time, lots of dinners. You know, we played 5 games out there. So the guys have spent significant time together and you know, really for the most part, everybody we've brought in is a veteran player, and a lot of them have come in with existing friendships and relationships, guys they've played with before. Or, you know, Gustafsson knows a lot of the Swedes that are here, trains or skates with them in the off season. Like, so there's a lot of stuff there that I think has really helped things come together, and our guys have embraced them. So I'm not as concerned about that, but I think with every year and with every team, as you get down the stretch, you know, you're always trying to be mindful of those kind of things of keeping the group together.